Hey everyone, today I wanted to bring you yet another discussion video regarding Monster Hunter Rise on the Nintendo Switch and present two very basic questions to all of you who are watching, and I hope they encourage you to leave a reply in the comments so I can hear your takes. This is my third discussion video and the response to this type of content has been amazing, and I'm extremely grateful for the engagement in the previous ones. So since I know you guys like these type of videos, so I figured why not keep them coming. Today I wanted to discuss the lack of high rank quests for the village and how that actually relates to Capcom's current path on trying to balance how this is a full launch game, quote unquote, and a live service entry going forward. One of the ongoing discussion points is that village quests seem to be missing something. It's not necessarily just monsters, but the high rank difficulty seems to be not available in the game for some odd reason. We know that Monster Hunter 4 included high rank quests when the game originally launched. I don't remember about Monster Hunter 3, and of course World merged both village and hub quests all together, so it definitely changed the way people perceived the progression of that game. But 4 specifically included high rank quests right out of the gate for the village, so this would only mean that people who are playing by themselves would have access to not just all the monsters available for low rank, but also high rank as well. So you had the option to be able to tackle all those extra battles for low rank monsters and high rank, and being able to craft both armor sets if you actually felt compelled to. Remember that you also had the option to make Blade Master and Gunner armor sets as well, which added and expanded the options as well. This is something that they've streamlined completely when it comes to Monster Hunter Rise, and even in World, they definitely started to merge those ideas together. So when it comes specifically to Monster Hunter Rise, I think one of the issues that we're seeing is that the pacing for the story in general seems to be a bit off. They decided to split off the story in two parts, and they feel at odds with each other since you do village quests only by yourself, while the Gathering Hub is typically reserved for playing with others, and the game forces you to once again redo quests and raise your star level in the hub before you can even see the high rank quests that are available there. Although you can do them by yourself, they are separate from the original village quest, which is typically the single player story. In the single player story, you do have Magnum Aloe at the 5-star quest Urgent. Then you see Almudron at 6 stars, and then at 7 stars, you don't basically get anything new. You never have access to the high rank content. You don't even get access to certain monsters as well, like Gyarados, Rajag, Ragnakadaki, and of course both Ibushi and Narwa. So altogether, I think village quests seem to be missing quite a lot of content that typically in previous games it would have been naturally included, because the game just provided those high rank matches in the offline single player village experience. Again, you can tackle them in the hub and Rise, but it's definitely not the same as them being included in the typical story segments. They definitely have, I believe, 50% higher health, and definitely do, I believe, 25 to 30% more damage. So automatically just doing hub quests is higher difficulty. It's still not considered village or typical entry stuff. This all ties back together to people's perception of the game being too easy. Because they basically roll credits after the 5-star quest with Magnum Aloe doing village quests, and they pretend or presume, most likely, that that's just the difficulty tier that they're going to be dealing with. They never even go into the hub to be able to tackle things by themselves and eventually unlock the high rank options if they even want to do them by themselves. Or if they go play online, you know that online is a different mechanic, is a different beast, and it's actually easier to fight with others. You are never necessarily seeing that real difficulty that the game has to offer, because you're just kind of just doing things limited within the village, and the village itself doesn't have the high rank options. So that alone, I think, feeds into the perception of the game being too easy, lacking content, which certainly does for now, even when it comes to just the end of the story altogether, and the high rank content just not being available in the village, which I feel like should have been directly connected all the way through, instead of having people to go into the hub and re-engage with the star system altogether while they raise their stars to be able to just unlock high rank once again available in the hub area, which I feel like that's a completely backwards system. So the first question that I want to present to you guys is, do you actually care that high rank quests are not available in the village? Do you actually miss them? Do you care about any of that stuff, since you can still go into the hub and do them separately, although you basically have to re-engage with the system of stars all over again to be able to unlock high rank through the hub quests themselves and actually see the quote-unquote ending of the game that's relatively available right now, although we do know that it's not fully the real true endgame for now. And the reason for that is connected to the second question that I want to pose is, are you actually okay with Capcom's current idea of launching a somewhat incomplete game, although they think it's a complete game or try to sell it as much, but they're trying to position it as a live service game? And that's my perception of it, because in previous games, they always provided us with extra monsters, extra content post-launch. But it was always often reserved to stuff like event quests and challenges and little things that, didn't necessarily have to change, the dynamics of the game altogether, like the meta, until a monster was introduced, which those didn't begin to start happening until I believe Monster Hunter 3 and 4. The significant shift of Monster Hunter World actually made it so they decided to include monsters and make it into a bigger, more bombastic situation. And it feels like in Rise, they are just trying to ratchet that up into another level with 2.0, 3.0, and you presumably think 4 and 5.0, where they're going to keep releasing new monsters in big batches, and a lot of what you would presume event quests and challenges and little things like that would have been good to keep providing players throughout, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after launch, or every other week or so, are now going to be relegated into this one big event that is supposed to take place, a month or every 2 months type of thing. Because I do believe 3.0 is supposed to be in June. So in May, we may not actually get any sort of big patches or updates or anything, and just wait until June for them to, complete the story with, Narwa and stuff like that, which is, crazy to begin with. But I'm not even getting into that, because I specifically remember in Monster Hunter World, where I believe it was 2 weeks in, they provided us with a event quest that was just fight 2 Dagagamas in the arena. And a lot of people were farming them, I believe, for decorations or something like that. And even in like high rank, they were like not necessarily a hard quest to do, but people were just farming them for just a bunch of materials and gold and stuff like that. Which, like, at this point in time, I feel like Rise could definitely use some event quest, some sort of challenges, anything arena related, more than the ones that are available in the game already, to just give people some sort of incentive to keep farming. Decorations are not necessarily the hardest to get in the game, but, getting those gems would be easier if they provided us with a quest that's easy to just provide gems with. And something that would be extremely welcoming right now as well, it would be just a simple little quest that gets us materials one way or another that, lets us cycle through melding even faster. I know people are doing like roly-poly or like carting with Rajang and stuff like that, but like, that's like really basic village stuff. Like if in high rank, there's supposed to be a quest that you can probably engage with a monster or kill super fast, or something that you can gather really quickly and just be done with that and get actually end game rewards while still being able to cycle through quests, so you can keep that melding going, so you can eventually hopefully have access to a god charm if you're looking for that extremely rare weakness exploit that no one seems to be able to get. So, just those simple things, I feel like they should have been already introduced. They should have been offered into the game, and Capcom is just kind of like quietly chilling, waiting for that big 2.0 update to drop, and we're just kind of like at their whim at this point. And I'm not necessarily too happy about that. Now, it could also be completely fair to say that this is probably perhaps on Nintendo's end and not Capcom's end. We do know that a lot of indie developers have reported that they have to go through a procedure and then accept and patch phase, where they provide the patch to Nintendo. Nintendo has to approve it. Sometimes it takes a week or two, and then the patch gets approved, and then it eventually goes live a couple of days later. So there is a situation where Capcom could be providing them with the patch, to give us, quests or whatever, village quests or event quests or whatever it might be. But Nintendo's taking their sweet time actually approving these things. That could be true. I don't know. But for right now, because we just don't have the details, it's definitely something worth questioning. So that's going to be it for this video. Those are the 2 questions that I wanted to pose to you guys. Are you actually missing village quests in high rank altogether? Or do you even care, since you're probably going to be just doing them in the hub with other people to begin with? And are you okay with Capcom's current path of trying to just expand their quote-unquote content as long as possible in these 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 potentially patches that might actually have, we hope, more content than we would typically expect, since these smaller patches that would have provided us with event quests and challenges are not necessarily being dropped in a timely manner as we wait for the big ones to actually drop? Are you okay with that? Are you interested in them actually reverting back to the old system where they provided us with smaller patches in between the big ones to keep things flowing a little bit better, which I think personally they did? Or are you okay with their current pattern so far for now, following the success of Monster Hunter World, since I believe that actually has a lot to do with what their, procedures going forward would most likely look like. So if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!